Why people are afraid of death. A serious topic with very unserious humans. People aren't afraid of death because it's scary. They're afraid of it because it's unknown. Like Wi-Fi on the subway, everyone believes it exists, but nobody has a stable connection. Take Peter, 62 years old. He's not afraid of dentists, not afraid of rush hour buses, and not even afraid of his mother-in-law. But when he says the word death, he lowers his voice like death might be standing behind the door with a clipboard. Yes? Someone called me? Peter always says, "I'm not afraid of dying, I'm just not ready." And that's the real problem with death. It never asks if now is a good time. You can't reschedule it. You can't say, "Can we do this next month? I'm busy." People aren't afraid of dying. They're afraid they won't finish. The renovation, paying back a loan, explaining to their ex that they were actually the problem. The fear is not death, but the question, what happens next? Then there's Marina, 28. She fears death in a modern, aesthetic way, with philosophy and oat milk coffee. What if there's nothing after death? She asks. What if there is something? Her mom replies. And that's where human panic begins. If there's nothing, it's like the lights went out. Forever. If there's something, the questions get worse. Is there Wi-Fi? Do we still have to work? Will I meet people I avoided in this life? Humanity doesn't fear death. It fears the lack of instructions. Every phone comes with a manual. Every washing machine has a warranty. Death comes with rumors, religions, and angry comment sections online. Reincarnation, religion, and I'll come back as a cat. Meet Oleg, 35. I believe in reincarnation. In my next life, I want to be a cat. A classic plan. Sleep 16 hours a day. Eat whenever you want. Get loved for doing absolutely nothing. But even reincarnation is stressful. What if I come back as a cockroach? What if I come back human, but without internet? Reincarnation, heaven, and hell all scare people for the same reason. No one knows how life is graded. It's like taking an exam you've been sitting for 70 years, without knowing there was an exam. Death as a mirror of life. The funniest and saddest thing is this. People start thinking about death when they realize they didn't live the way they wanted. Ira, 41, doesn't fear disappearing. She fears leaving with one thought. Seriously? That's it? Because death asks a brutal question. Did you actually live, or were you just postponing life? And that's when jokes stop being funny. But we keep joking because otherwise it's terrifying. So, what is the real problem with death? Death itself isn't the problem. The problem is that it reminds us. Time is limited. Not every someday will come. The perfect moment doesn't exist. People fear death because it puts a period at the end, and humans love ellipses. To be continued. What happens after death? The honest answer? No one knows. The popular answers: heaven, a new life, absolute peace. Another Monday. Maybe after death it's exactly like before we were born. And if we survive that just fine, we'll probably manage this too. A final thought, a little philosophical, a little funny. Maybe people don't fear death because they're afraid to die. They fear death because they're afraid they didn't live enough. Death isn't an enemy. It's just a silent timer whispering, play well. There may not be another level. So if you're going to be afraid of something, don't be afraid of death. Be afraid of a life that passed by while you were too scared to live.